So, ayun na nga mga bossing, medyo paus tayo ngayon, no? May ubo tayo, tsaka medyo may lagnat konti, kaya yun, paus. Medyo paus yung boses natin. Kaya ayun, may bagong issue na naman ngayon, si Marcolita, tungkol dyan sa West Philippine Sea. At ayun na nga, galit na ngayon si Marcolita, si Tarjela, yung medyo ipal-ipal na Commodore, yung bida-bida sa West Philippine Sea. So medyo nagalit na ngayon si Tarjela dahil di umano sinabihan siyang gago ni Marcolita, ni Kong Marcolita. So ayun na nga, umpisahan na natin at ayun, ang ganda ng nag-interview dito kay Marcolita, si Gretchen, no? Sa 1PH. So ayun, simulan na natin mga busing.
We are joined live by senatorial aspirant Dante Marcoleta. He is with us here in the Morning Matter studio right before he goes to the PDP Laban kickoff in San Juan City later. Good morning. Thank you for being with us.
Good morning, Gretchen. It's an honor to be here because morning matters.
Tingnan mo naman yung tingin ni Marcolita, oh. Diba ang lagkit dahil sa kagandahan diyan, dahil sa kagandahan yan ni Gretchen, no? Medyo pause talaga tayo. So patuloy natin, patuloy.
Ang ganda muna na. Okay, yan na. Okay, ito nga pong balitang binasa ko, sinabi ko West Philippine Sea. Mali ba yun?
Mali.
Yes and no.
Medyo komplikado po yan. Alam po natin na
It's complicated.
you have made controversial statements recently on the West Philippine Sea. But I guess, including yung sinabi po ninyo nung isang araw na huwag tayong magpaka-gago at magpaka-ignorante katulad ng Commodore na yun. Bakit yun naman po nasabi? Bakit yun po namura si...
Yan yung ginagalit ni Tarjela, magpagkagago. Litidjukit dahil nagalit yung ipal eh.
Commodore Tarjela.
Well, it was not an offense intended for him, but as already discussed in so many fora, I said that we need to educate our people in support of the statement of the Cyber Investigation Coordinating Center, because the executive director made a statement in one of our hearings that we need to educate and empower our people, especially in the West Philippine Sea, because the bloggers are assuming that they knew this or that, but in reality, the West Philippine Sea is a complicated, more than a troubled waters.
Okay, so then how do we refer now to the western portion of the Philippine archipelago?
I said that we should call it, well, ours, West Philippine Sea, but that is only insofar as we are concerned. But we need to have it recognized.
Talagang atin naman talaga yan dahil naipanalo natin yung kuan yan eh. Dahil yung teritoryo natin yan, EEZ, Exclusive Economic Zone, atin talaga yan. Kaya walang problema tawagin natin yung West Philippine Sea o ano man. Dahil atin yan eh. Ang problema, hindi yan alam ng kuan, ng anong tawag doon? Hindi nila kilala yung ano ang West Philippine Sea dahil ang alam nila is South China Sea. Kaya kailangan malaman ng mga tao na hindi kilala ang WPS. Kaya hindi siya bagay lalo na pag kausap mo yung halimbawa hindi Pilipino yung kausap mo is Amerikano. Sabihan mo lang amin yung West Philippine Sea. Tingnan nila yan sa mapa eh. Walang West Philippine Sea sa mapa. Yan yung ibig sabihin ni Marcolita. Kailangan i-educate natin, gamitin natin sa tama. Pero ang importante, atin talaga yan. West Philippine Sea. Legal yung West Philippine Sea. Tawagin natin yung West Philippine Sea. Pero sa international name, South China Sea talaga yan.
By the entire world, by the community of nations, before it is to be officially called West Philippine Sea. Like if you are not supposed to just name a street in a locality without going through the process of, let's say, enacting an ordinance to just recognize that particular street. This is the entire exclusive economic zone. I'd like to tell our people that whether with name or without name, this is still our EEZ, and we need to fight for it.
So within the Philippines, it is correct to call it the West Philippine Sea.
Yes, domestically, that's a political statement.
Okay.
But the bloggers are using it. But considering that we are not alone in the world because we need to be recognized by the community of nations, we need to have it officially registered in the International Hydrographic Organization. It's like, not being able to put a word in the English dictionary by yourself.
Because when you say kasi walang West Philippine Sea at katang isip natin ito, gawa-gawa natin ito. I do understand and agree that this was a creation of Administrative Order 29 where President Aquino officially mandated government agencies to call the western portion of the Philippine Archipelago West Philippine Sea. It was a creation of that, no? But hindi tama po kayo, hindi po ba ito lang yung unang step into actually having it recognized by the world, by the IHO, which you also mentioned, the International Hydrographic Organization?
Yes, but we need more to and follow up the processes. It's a tickless process. You have to go to the United Nations and follow the processes needed in order for us to be recognized, because in the international map, the whole area is still called South China Sea. Doesn't mean that it is owned by China. Much like the Indian Ocean, it is not owned by India. The Gulf of Mexico is not owned by Mexico, so on and so forth.
And which President Trump also renamed to the Gulf
Yes,
of
he cannot
America
just do that.
recently.
How can he do that? He has to deal with the processes, the legal processes recognized by public
Well,
international.
but it is also important to call it West Philippine Sea ourselves. Is that correct? Because actually, I took a look at that. In 2022, the Philippines has in fact submitted 9 proposals to the IHO that were kept pending because of which requested the mutual consultation between interested parties. Kumbaga, in dispute pa itong mga area na to, kaya pending pa siya. Pero meron na tayong sinumite ng mga proposal sa IHO to recognize this. Actually, nandun din siya sa AO29, sinasabi na the TFA and NAMRIA are to, at the appropriate time, submit the AO and the new map with the West Philippine Sea to the IHO. So, kumbaga parang tumatakbo naman na yung proseso.
Yeah, but the premise was actually taken out of context. We were hearing the bloggers who were using all these terms, but I said, if you are not able to educate our people, we are not probably referring it correctly. Because as far as we are concerned, I'm not saying that it is wrong for us to call it West Philippine Sea, because I said, with or without name, that particular area is ours, and we need to fight for it until the last blood.
But what is the problem with the vloggers?
Tama naman si Marcolita eh. Kahit anong itawag natin yan, ang importante atin, tawagin natin yan kung ano-ano. Ang talagang problema dyan is, paano natin makuha? Yan naman talaga ang kuwan eh. Kahit ilan, mabilaukan pa tayo, kakasigaw dyan ng, kahit mapaos pa tayo kakasigaw ng West Philippine Sea. Kung wala tayong hakbang kung paano natin yan kunin, useless eh. Wala pa rin pinta. Tama si Marcolita, kahit anong tawag natin yan is wala namang problema.
Because as already taken up in the hearings, the bloggers are doing it or maybe stretching it further, like meron siya nasabing deep fakes, and then there are fake news. That's why the executive director of the CICC mentioned that we need to educate our people on the complexities and the complications of the West Philippine Sea. So let us begin, I said, with the term.
Talagang ang West Philippine Sea, hindi lang komplikado talaga yan. Marami yung hidden issue na hindi natin alam. Ang nakabalo lang na is, makalam lang dyan talaga is yung presidente. Tsaka foreign affairs. Anong tawag doon yung basta hindi ang alam lang natin is atin yan, pero may mga hidden issue talaga yan na kaya nga ang hirap natin yang kunin talaga, hirap natin ang kinin yan Pero hindi natin alam talaga ang mga issue niyan. Presidente lang nakakalam niyan. Kung paano yan kunin, kung anong dapat, anong hakbang. Tayo, support lang tayo. Pero atin yan, nanalo tayo dyan eh. Talagang atin yan. Pero ang problema natin dyan is yung pag-angkin na talagang atin. Yun ang malaking problema dyan. Maraming yung mga hidden issue na hindi basta-basta makuha natin yan.
West Philippine Sea. Because, well, internationally, it does not exist. Because if you see international map, there is no West Philippine Sea. It is ours to claim. It is ours for us to claim that this is West Philippine Sea. But we need to do more than that.
I guess we need to put the proper context also to your statement na
Yes.
when we say the West Philippine Sea does not exist,
Mas maganda gawin dyan para wala nang pagkaawayan dyan. Yung West Philippine Sea is igawin niyang legal, kung saan man pwedeng lapitan niya na gumawa ng mapa na para gawin na yung palitan na yung South China Sea, gawin na ng West Philippine Sea para yung mga sumisigaw dyan na kuhan, para ma-satisfy sila. Legal na talaga. So, yan. Palitan yung pangalan sa map, board map.
it means hindi pa nakataga sa bato sa international map.
Yes,
At
that's what
gumuhulong pa yung
that's
proseso.
what I was trying to tell them. But until
But
the
isn't your
Commodore,
statement also confusing in itself? Like, lalong malilito yung mga tao. Totoo ba talaga may West Philippine Sea?
that is
Baka
the way
lalong-
we educate our people. We need to steer their imagination on this because Commodore Ariela said that I was a traitor. Okay? Can you imagine a Commodore holding such a position?
Yan yung mga madaling salita, ang dali lang sabihin talaga ni Tarila na traitor, mga Duterte traitor. Hindi kasi, iwan ko ba? Kahit ako, pag masabihin nila na yung West Philippine Sea, magkaiba kami ng pananaw, halimbawa kaibigan ko, hindi ko pwedeng tawaging traitor yan. Dahil hindi ko alam yung ano ang pinaglalaban niya. Pero kay Tarila, dali lang sabihin sa kanya yung traitor. Kaya ng mga lidiis, traitor. Dahil wala daw pakialam sa West Philippine Sea. Tayo kasi, ayaw natin ng gulo. Magkaiba tayo sa gobyerno ngayon, magkaiba tayo ng pananaw. Dalawang klase kasi yung pakikipaglaban dyan sa West Philippine Sea. Is yung madugo at ang mahinahon o pag-usapan. Ang gusto natin is pag-usapan ng maayos, leader to leader, leader ng China at saka leader ng Pilipinas. Pag-usapan ng maayos, nang walang gulo. Ngayon kasi, ang gusto nila is, sa tingin ko, opinion ko to, ang gusto nila is gulo eh. Tingnan mo. Sa panahon ni PRD, ang mangingisda, wala namang problema ang mangingisda dyan. Dahil kinausap ni PRD yung mga leader ng China na ganito, amin niyang West Philippine Sea, kinausap niya ng maayos. Kaya malayang nakakapag pangisda yung mga kababayan natin dyan. Ngayon, tinataboy na sila. Pati yung mga Coast Guard natin binubumba dahil nagmamatigas kasi ka tayo. Feeling kasi natin na ang lakas natin na kaya natin ang China. At ang isa pa yung ginagalit ng China is yung mga kampo dito ng mga EDCA site, yung mga kampo dito ng Amerikano. Yun yung usang ginagalit ng China. Ayun sa narinig kong balita. Isa yan. Ginagalit ng China sa Pilipinas. Kaya yun, nagmanman siguro yung mga taga-China kung ilan na yung mga baluarte dito ng taga-US dahil kalaban yung US at China eh. Pag naglaban yung dalawa, tayo ang maipit eh dahil nilagyan tayo ng quota dito ng mga Amerikano. Sinong kawawa? Di tayo. Anong laban natin sa dalawang malaking batong lugumpugan? Di tayo yung battleground nangyari. Kaya yan yung planaw ko. So, iba. Na ayaw namin ng gulo. Pero ang iba, ang gusto nila is hindi idaan sa pakipag-usap. Kaya tayo, magkaiba tayo ng pananaw. Iniisip nila is China tayo. Maka-China tayo. Yan yung masakit. Kapwa Pilipino, sinabihan ka ng ganyan, traidor. Yan yung masakit. Na hindi mo naman alam yung pinaglaban mo.
And speaking for the country will call me a traitor. We're just trying to educate our people on the complexities of the term itself.
Although I am aware of several of their initiatives. For one, there is that
We have
comic
not
book.
succeeded.
That comic book that they have been distributing, explaining the differences between territorial sea, EEZ, ano bang tawag natin
That's a good
dito?
start.
Ano yung in-award sa atin ng 2016 Arbitral Award? Hindi po ba meron namang ganong efforts? Although we all have our ways to go in
Yeah,
terms
but
of understanding
it's more than that. For example, the arbitral award. What did the arbitral award did for the country? Well, it only said that, you know, the 9-dash line sketched by China has no legal basis, no historical basis. But more than that, it did not do any good for us. Did the arbitral award say, for example, tell China to vacate the Scarborough Shoal? No, because our maritime rights, namely continental shelf or territorial sea, and even the exclusive economic zone, are only maritime rights. These are not part of our territory. This is where we need to
Yun naman po ang nasasabi nila na
Yeah, but
ay
our
easy.
people do not know. Generally, do not know. For example, within our exclusive economic zone, in the middle of that portion of the sea is the Scarborough Shoal, and the occupant now among the claimants, Malaysia, Philippines, Taiwan, and so on, the occupant is China. We used to be there, but now China is occupying that particular feature. What is the significance of that? Under public international law, the Scarborough Shoal, because it is an island, it is entitled to its territorial sea, which is 12 miles from its baseline. And that territorial sea now occupied by China overlaps with our own exclusive economic zone. That's where the problem lies. Now we need to explain to our people.
Actually, I'd like to challenge that they are the official occupants of the Scarborough Shoal because that is still in dispute. They have submitted their claims to the UN, but now it has also been called a traditional fishing ground where Filipinos are supposed to be able to come in, makapag-isda sila kasama ng Vietnam, Taiwan, China, 4 po yun na bayan. Pero yung hindi po ba, pag sinabi niyo pong sila ang official occupant nun, parang ibinigay niyo na rin sa kanila at nirecognize niyo na rin ang kanilang, na kanilang territory po yung Scarborough.
No, wala, hindi natin binigay sa kanila.
Kasi
Pero
kayo po ay nagsabi na sila po yung occupant.
No, that's why we need to educate our people. Because in public international law, the occupant is the owner. It's unlike our domestic
But that
law.
has not yet been recognized
Because
though,
there is
by UNCLOS.
There is no world court today that will adjudicate that. That is the problem. Let our people know that there is no world court today that will adjudicate in terms of our territory. We cannot even say, we can even file a petition. Where are we supposed to file a petition in order for us
So,
to...
but isn't it also within our rights to say that that is our territory?
Yes,
That rock is ours.
yes, we are all claimants, but the problem
Correct.
is the one occupying is China.
De facto.
Yes,
so,
de facto,
okay.
but it is basically occupied.
Tayo may claim dyan sa WPS. Pero atin yan, tayo ang nanalo. Ang problema, yung China, may claim din sila ng kanila. At hindi nila sinusunod yung arbitral ruling. Yun yung problema dyan. Pero, isa pang problema dyan, malakas yung China eh. Hindi natin kayang agawin yan ng mano-mano. Ngayon, umaasa lang tayo sa arbitral. Pero, ang hirap talaga, complicated.
Buying that island.
Correct.
And under public international law, the occupant is the one who will enjoy the territorial waters of that island.
Because they have taken it over
Yes, ma'am.
by force.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes. Taken it over by force talaga. Dahil malakas sila eh. Marami silang armas. Tayo, anong armas natin? Wala. Ang panlaban lang natin is bunganga. Wala tayong ibang gan. Hindi nga ngayon, ang sabi ni PBBM, palakasin ang ah, territorial defense. Ngayon, binawasan yung budget nila. Wala talaga. Ganito kasi yan. Ang issue kasi dyan is, anong diferensya? Ginawa kasi, para sa tingin ko, opinion ko, ginawa kasi nila yung politika para siraan ng mga Duterte. Dahil pinapalabas nila na ang mga Duterte is binigay yung yung West Philippine Sea. Hindi nila alam na siguro sa nabasa kong balita, unang nawalan tayo ng island is yung panahon nila nila Trillanes, panahon nila Pinoy. Doon unang nawalan tayo ng island. Yung issue doon ni Enrile na pabalik-balik to si Trillanes doon sa China. 16 times ata yung doon nawala yung yung nung 16 times na pabalik-balik si Trillanes doon sa China, doon nawala ang ating isang isla. Sa panahon din ni Pinoy, sa nabalitaan ko, doon din unang nagpatayo ng mga buildings doon sa isla. Ngayon, pagdating ni PRD, si PRD kasi nag-aral yan ng geopolitics. Alam niya yung paano makipag-usap, paano i-manage yung mga ganyan na territorial problem. Kaya, ayun, kinausap niya yung China. Siyempre, may kasabihan naman tayo na huwag mong layuan yung kaaway mo. Anong kasabihan nga yun? Nalimutan ko na. Basta, iba ang diskarte ni PRD kaysa kay PBBM. Ngayon, ang diskarte ni PBBM ngayon isisi sa nakarang administrasyon. Anong mapapala nila kung isisi nila? Anong dapat lang isisi? Magkaiba sila ng diskarte. Ang kay PBBM puro salita eh. Ngayon, tingnan mo ang nangyari. Ang mangingisda, tinataboy na, binubumba. Sa panahon ni PRD, parang 3 bisis lang ata yun. Nabumba, 3 bisis o 2. Walang nasaktan na mga doon. Mas ang Pilipino pa nga, tayo pa nga ang nakapatay sa China noon. Sa panahon ni PRD. Sa panahon ni Duterte. Parang tayo pa ata ang nakapatay ng China. Sa aksidente ata yun, hindi yun sinasadya ng Pilipino. So, i-recall ko yung mga news na yun. Nabalitaan ko yan. Kaya, hirap ngayon na administrasyon. Hirap. Di ko maintindihan yung nila. Ganito na lang ang itanong natin sa administrasyon ngayon. Kung sinasabi nilang sila ang magaling kaysa kay PRD nung unang administrasyon, kiniklaim na nila sila ang matapang. Ngayon ang tanong ko, anong nabago ngayon sa West Philippine Sea? Anong nadagdag, anong nakuha? Anong nabago ikumpara mo sa panahon ni PRRD, ni Duterte? Anong pagkakaiba? May nakuha ba tayo? Anong nabago sa yun? Di ba wala akong nabalitaan. Bagkos is nagkagulo pa nga. So yan lang yung itanong natin sa kanila. Kung magaling sila. Ang punto kasi ni PRRD nung narinig ko nung unang pumutok yung West Philippine Sea, yung umpisa ng isisi sa kanya. Ang sabi ng Duterte doon sa speak niya doon sa Davao. Sabi niya, kung magaling kayo, gawin nyo yung gusto nyo. Sa panahon ko, hindi ako na sinasabing yung duwag ako. Okay, duwag ako. Ngayon, panahon nyo, gawin nyo lahat ng gusto nyo. Girahin nyo kung anong gusto nyo. Sa inyo na yan, dahil panahon nyo yan. Yan yung salita ni PRD na malalim yan na salita. Yan yung hindi maintindihan ng mga ibang mga vlogger na mga trolls na sinisisi ang mga Duterte. Sinabihan pa nga tayong traidor. Yan yung hindi nila maintindihan. Hindi ka makapapunta sa paroroonan mo kung nakatingin ka sa likod mo. Yan yung ibig sabihin ni Faraday. Gawin nyo yung gusto nyo dahil panahon na ngayon. Pero ang ginawa kasi nila ngayon is puro paninisi. Kaya ito pa yung si Tariela. Ito pa yung wala talaga. Puro pa preskon na ganon. Puro report na binubomba. Wala namang ginagawang ganti. Puro lang report. Tingin ko tuloy nagpapaawa lang siya. Wala talaga. So ayun. Natapos na yung mga ilang oras na ba to? So ayun. Magkita-kita na naman tayo bukas mga bossing at magandang gabi sa inyong lahat. Sa hindi pa naka-subscribe sa channel ko, mag-subscribe kayo at para updated kayo sa mga reaction video natin at tungkol sa politika. Kung anong mga kaganapan sa bansa natin. So ako nga pala si Motoko King at magandang gabi sa inyong lahat.